Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Harbinger, and I'm giving you another episode of Rwby Volume 9. This is episode 2, titled Altercation at the Auspicious Auction. I hope I said that A word right. I don't know if that's alliteration or what, but that almost messed my whole mind up. But real quick, before I get into the actual breakdown, recap, and everything, I would like everybody who's watching this video right now to please click the link to the GoFundMe in my description. It will take you to my manga's GoFundMe, where I'm going to put up just little, like, the 3 pages and little cover art for the manga and everything right up here. This manga called Singularity is something that I've been putting a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort into. Me and my artists have been working very hard to get this out to you guys, and I'm so psyched that I met this dude, because he does amazing work, as you guys see on the screen right now. And it is because of the support that I've gotten so far, the friends that I have who's doing the manga, my boy Waves, other people, that I've even been able to get this far, and that I've worked this hard. But that's enough of that and everything. Like I said, if you guys are interested in supporting me, supporting my manga and everything, please click the link to the GoFundMe in the description. But where we left off, Rwby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang all got, in a sense, just dropped into this land, this unknown territory. I was calling it like an Eden at first. And they were scattered around. They met each other, but in this Eden, Rwby ran into a talking mouse. Blake and Weiss got caught by some crazy killer vines, and Yang was fighting some grim reaper. I don't know what the heck that thing was, and her armor stolen. Crescent Rose is lost, and what Blake was saying at the end of the chapter was essentially that they might have gotten dropped into a fairy tale, which makes perfect sense when you think about the fact that Rwby characters and, like, some stories even in Rwby, some backgrounds even in Rwby, are based off of either fairy tales or mythology, and Rooster Teeth has done a great job with that. Now, with them being in a fairy tale, so to speak, we also see in the intro that there's a heavily based Alice in Wonderland theme here. We got the Red Queen. We got the Cheshire Cat that we saw, like, right next to the Red Queen. We got Neo seeming kind of like the Mad Hatter a little bit. And what I'm really like focusing on is what that like that little screen, that little frame where Jean is over there and there's clocks surrounding him. I'm still trying to get in my head what that could possibly mean. I have no idea what that could mean. And I mean, there's just an infinite amount of things that it can mean. But we also see the night, which that could have something to do with Jean. We have no idea yet, but Jean is still missing. We don't know where Jean is, and we probably won't find out where he is until much later on in the season. But right now we're going to scrap this, because my videos, whenever I do these intros for Rwby and everything, they always get so long because there's always so much to unpack. But we're going to start this in 3, 2, 1. Go. I can never stop moving my hair when this song comes on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've only heard this song twice. That's like the Red Queen. I have no idea what that thing is. Bro, I be jamming a little too hard. I'm about to knock these headphones off. These things were not cheap.
So are we just gonna stand around thinking about this in silence, or...
I know this place is weird, but a fairy tale? I mean, that's impossible. What we've seen is improbable, but that doesn't mean we're in an actual fairy tale. Are we seriously entertaining this?
Do you have a better explanation for what's going on?
Well, let's try to be more logical, shall we?
Okay, let's see why supply logic to this.
Made friends with a tiny mouse. Friends! Blake and I got caught by killer vines, and, you got your arm stolen by a... What was it that you said?
A talking raccoon riding on a purple wagon filled with trash.
Yes, that.
Okay, yeah, that's not rational at all.
Point of view. I am going to go over here now. Of course it's driving a little trash.
Weiss is breaking down.
Something about this is familiar.
The girl who fell through the world.
I think I remember them talking about that story at one point in time.
I think we're in the ever after.
Blake, that world is make-believe. It was just part of a story we all read as kids. It's not make-believe.
How are they in denial about fairy tales after all they've been through? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Tell us more about it. Have you ever heard the name Alex?
An Alex? Is that a purpose?
In the story, Alex fell from the sky and met with the hunter mice.
Alex in Wonderland.
Vines, fought a Jabberwocker, and got her knife stolen by a talking raccoon. Yeah, and then she beat the Red King at a board game, met the curious cat, the rusted knight, and finally got out through the tree.
See, I was thinking that could be the Yggdrasil, but I mean that was just me.
Look for Alex, Yang's arm. Ruby, you're still missing Crescent Rose.
I'll bet the Jinxie Peddler has it.
Who?
Peddler? That's the only talking raccoon I know.
Do you know where he might be?
Of course. I'll lead the way. Right to...
I'm so tired of that talking mouse.
So the town is just ahead, right? I've been thinking, if we're going to go to this town, we need to be careful. Alex didn't know their customs and ended up starting a war among the townsfolk. Trouble followed her everywhere she went. Well, yeah, but she was kind of a mean person, right? She lied and cheated her way through most of the book.
She was trying to survive. The morals of those old stories are so simplistic.
Either way, we need to tread lightly.
The town's just up ahead. The Jinxie Peddler always stops by our village before he goes to town.
Do they steal stuff from you guys too?
Steal? Never. They just take the things we're not looking at. Fair's fair.
Huh?
Sounds like a legitimate business person. How did they manage to steal your arm anyway?
I was knocked out from the fall. When I came to, that sneaky raccoon had already grabbed my arm and ran off before I could stop him.
So would you say he caught you unarmed? How disarming. I guess we'll have to check. About time.
For what?
Nothing.
Don't worry. We'll find a way out of here, and then we'll go back home. Weiss?
It's all gone. There's nothing left for me to go back to. Just like Beacon.
You did the best you could for Atlas, Weiss.
But it wasn't enough. We hatched a crazy plan that put a whole kingdom at risk, and we don't even know if we saved the relics from... Maybe John and Winter were able to get them out. Despite everything. Despite us. I know that Penny... I know that was a lot to hear.
I swear it's like every time she's sad, it starts raining. Silver Eyes control the weather in this damn place? Hold up. Damn, how you gonna turn the music
this
off?
is the entrance to the other acre, you called it?
Yep. All we do is cross the bridge, and we'll be... well, wherever over there is.
You don't know?
Nope. Never been this far from home.
Oh, maybe you should...
Y'all have been following a rat that doesn't know what the...
Maybe I'll live by this bridge.
I'll handle this.
Built in a house, my very first house. Gonna find my purpose in my best house.
Would you like to come with us?
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Everything is red. It's been a long time since I've seen Alice in Wonderland. I don't remember a lot of things being this red.
Just act like you belong, everybody.
I've always wanted to be long, but I'm still just small.
There it is. So what's the strategy? Just start roughing them up or what?
In the book, Alex had to barter with Jinxie for her dagger.
Yeah, I think I'd rather hit him.
Welcome, one and all!
He's adorable.
And a lot older than I remember from the book.
I am Jinxie, and these are the finest treasures of the acre.
I don't see my arm. All of Jinxie's treasures are just other items in disguise, so that people think they're buying something extremely valuable.
Okay. So, which one is Yang's arm?
I would have chose the dang stab because it looks like it's the same color.
Tell you. That's how Alex knew.
I mean, that one looks roughly arm-sized-ish.
Rwby?
There's something about that one.
First item. The diamond-studded rabbit. You!
What is that, a Lego? Is that a Lego character?
Going to bed without any money.
I don't think there's any money in the ever after. Jinxie just names whatever price he wants.
What does Jinxie want from Alex?
Her saddest memory. And her happiest.
Sold for a hug.
Hugs are very valuable.
Maybe this won't be so bad after all.
Second item, a golden scepter. You!
Huh?
The bidding starts at
No, I was the first one to...
knowing what it is to feel loved. A fair price for some, I'd say.
Knowing what it's like to feel loved by royal decree.
Sold!
Wait, that's my arm!
Whatever it is, it's royal property now. No price is too high for His Majesty's birthday.
First item, the jade marionette.
We tried it your way, Blake.
You!
Rwby, what are you doing?
Bidding starts at enough hope to fill this jar.
Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo.
You don't have enough, do you?
Huh?
Why, you little... rat! Leave that alone! You can't touch it until the deal is done!
Huh?
It's a fake! Fair.
What is that? And why does Ruby feel like an attachment to it? I'm so stupid. It's one of Penny's blades.
Ruby, come on.
Why couldn't I realize that?
Those people take auctions very seriously. High five? High five?
We're doing the same thing Alex did. We're ruining everything.
That's your biggest concern right now?
I've read so many stories. I never thought
Blake really was a reader, though.
I'd be the moral of one.
Ruby?
I couldn't explain why, but I was drawn to it.
I swear to God, every time she is sad, it starts raining. Was that a part of the Alice in Wonderland? It's been forever.
Now it's raining on just us. That's it. We're getting out of this nightmare. Alex went to the tree, right? Let's go.
I don't think it's gonna work like that. In the book,
We are not in a book. And even if we were, we know how it ends. Right over there.
She's gonna come back the other way, isn't she? Yep.
Stupid tree!
Yeah, already tried that earlier. You can't get any closer to the tree that way.
Well, then what do we do now? We've got my arm, but we still don't have Crescent Rose or the slightest idea how to get out.
This way! Somebody's sad! I'd be sad too, if I ruined the royal birthday.
These guys again.
Blake, what did Alex do next?
she went to the Crimson Castle and beat the Red King in his own game.
Heads up, you treasonous birthday ruiners!
Okay.
We want to go to the birthday party.
We want to go to the birthday party.
Well, too bad, because we're going to... Oh. Yes. That's where we're taking you, as prisoners, for stealing royal property.
What if I offered you something better? The weapon of a powerful warrior.
Ooh, go on.
Not just a powerful warrior. The most powerful to ever live. She was touched by magic. She gave her life for thousands. She took a message of hope to the stars. And she saw the world through better eyes. Take us to the royal
Damn,
birthday
how the hell
and
did I
allow
not
us to
realize
present
that was
this
Penny's
most
sword?
precious gift.
Yes. By royal decree. Come on, men. You heard her. We've got a birthday to celebrate.
And it is true though, Ruby is not somebody who has hope right now.
You sure about this?
Look, we may not know exactly what's going on. But for whatever reason, this place is putting us on a similar path as a book we all read as kids. I say we follow it. And stop pretending we know what we're doing.
Yeah, Ruby is the furthest thing from happy right now. So, like I said, terrible at remembering anything having to do with Alice in Wonderland. But from what I'm seeing right now, this whole fairy tale aspect, it's not coming across as filler. That's the last thing I want to say. Because at the end of the day, I wanted Rwby, when I was first watching it, I wanted it to go in this direction some way, in some way, shape, or form. I wanted them to tie in more fairy tales, and I wanted them to dang near be in a fairy tale, if I'm being honest. Like how they are now. I wanted that to happen when I realized that this was heavily fairy tale based, and I realized this was heavily based on like mythology and everything. I wanted them to be dang near in a fairy tale. Not in real life, but I wanted them to, like, I don't know, travel there in some way, shape, or form. Because of the simple fact that, like, they're inspired themselves by fairy tales. Now, what I was thinking was more along the lines of, like, if they did get transported to a fairy tale, they'd all get transported to the fairy tales that they themselves are based off of, and they'd have to navigate through those in order to meet each other. Something along those lines. I don't know if that's going to happen in this series or not, but that's like the place that my mind was going and everything. But overall, this episode was actually very, very funny. It wasn't like informational or nothing like that. It had its serious moments, and it was definitely heavily comedy based. And the fact that they're doing this based off of the girl who fell into the world or fell out of the world, I forgot how they said it, but the girl who fell into the world or something like that, which I remember them saying, or I remember hearing that title of that book in like Rwby somewhere. I don't know if it's the book that Blake was reading when she first talked to Rwby, or if it was a book that she read later on, or if it was something they said later on. But 100% I love this episode. I do. Because it seems like there's going to be a lot of laughs, but it seems like at the end of the day, there's going to be some serious moments that you can't overlook. Rwby has clearly lost all hope, similar to how she did in, I believe it was volume 6 or 7. Pretty sure it was volume 6. No, it was volume 7. And the whole thing that came with it was that in this case, not only has Rwby lost all hope, but she lost a friend permanently this time. Because I'm sure even Rwby knows, like how we know, that, okay, Penny died the first time. But the moment that she realized that she was the moment that she realized that her father, Geppetto, was able to take, like, her core or her consciousness and everything, and also put his aura and everything, the moment that Rwby and the gang realized how Penny came back the second time, I'm sure that they thought, like, yeah, she's cybernetic and everything, she's a robot and everything, so she'll be able to come back. But the moment she turned into a real person, like a human being and everything, and she died that time, I'm sure that they knew, like, at that point, like, Penny's not coming back. That added to the fact that they weren't able to stop Cinder and Neo's assault. They have no idea whether or not that Winter and them have the relics. They don't even know who's alive or not, to be honest. And all that uncertainty combined with the sheer fact that this all came from a plan that they hatched, and it just spells out, hey, we didn't know what we were doing, and we probably shouldn't have did what we did. And I feel like a lot of the blame is on them. I'm not placing the blame on them. I feel like they blame themselves. Which, I mean, for people who are like 18, 17, 19 years old, that's a lot. It really is. But that's the thing that I liked about Rwby, is that it went from this childish dream, and I've said this so many times, it went from this childish dream of just being a perfect huntress and everything, being a huntress, protecting people, at first not even knowing why they became huntresses, besides Rwby, she knew, to wanting to be a huntress, to saving people. Then you realize that there's this big scheme and everything, the Grimm are being created and controlled by somebody. There's a big mastermind and everything, and it gradually becomes big. Their world becomes bigger, and yet at the same time darker and darker, and they have to grow up really fast and make a lot of decisions on their own because they can't trust the adults to make the decisions, and the adults just make the bad decisions in a sense in this case. But that's it for this one. I'm gonna see you guys next time in the next Rwby reaction, which will be up next Saturday, hopefully. But I'm gonna see you guys next time, and I'm out.